What do you hear when you see this? These figures at the bottom left? Is it a murmuring crowd or a group waiting quietly for something to happen? What about this black monolith? A dead, empty space or an instrument? A piano maybe? If it's a piano, what is it playing? Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, Debussy, or maybe even Schoenberg or Scriabin? But what do you hear when you see this color? Anything? For the artist, for Vasily Kandinsky, this color sounded like loud, sharp trumpets. He had what's called synesthesia, a condition where people experience the activation of one sense as a result of experiencing another. For Kandinsky, this meant that when he heard sounds, he saw color. And when he saw color, he heard music. We hosted 3 different university students from different departments to discover the soul of color. We made them each watch a short video about the red color before asking them some questions. Let's watch the video about the red color before we listen to what they have to say.
I'm Mehdi. I'm 23 years old. I'm a psychology student from Morocco.
Hi, my name is Sabina. I'm 22 years old and I study sociology.
My name is Said Ibrahim Al-Mahdari. I'm from Malaysia. I study at Ibn Khaldun University in the history department.
Like, I mean, it was a lot of feelings. In the beginning of the video, it was anger and like hatred towards like a lot of things when we saw that the forests were burning. And in the second part of the video, it was more about like lust and desire and human, like true natural feelings somehow.
I don't know how to explain it. It was an intense feeling. The video was very intense, and I just realized red color, it's not my happy color. It doesn't remind me of happy things.
It was very disconcerting. There was a constant feeling of eeriness to it because of the gradual upper march of the background music. Red, to me, has always been associated with certain animalistic urges. So let's say in the Islamic schematic of the soul, it would be related to the animal soul. So the color red makes me think of appetitive things, desire, ambition, lust, lack of reason, stuff like that. And it does tally with whatever came up on the screen.
The background music changed as well from the first part to the second part, like making it more fitting with like the setup and the background of how things work somehow. On basically like in the first part, it was representing like what you wanted to shout, like those emotions that you have from inside. It was somehow like the representation of it. And then for the desire, it just made it like grow bigger and bigger in the second part.
I said that it was very intense, so I think the music added more into it. The music made it more intense, and yeah.
The background music, I guess, was put there to complement the images. So they were accompanying each other. The music was very much accentuating whatever the visuals were trying to portray or were trying to incite in the viewer's minds.
I think in this case, they were all representative of one thing in terms of like, well, the colors and the sounds are going with each other in terms of like the colors being represented or like having the same emotions as the sounds that like are played in the background. I don't know how it was related to the numbers, to be honest. But what I know is that it was just fit in with each other in terms, yeah.
It's connected to our memories, like the colors, the sounds, the images, the smell also. It's all connected to our memories. So when I was watching the video, there was many images of fire, wine, blood. I don't remember what else. So it reconnected to like my past self, or I was thinking, how can I explain the color red? Like love, mostly I explain it like love. But for me, I realized that it's more like poetry. It includes many things and stuff. It's love, pain, memories. I don't know how to explain it else. Roses, red roses. It reminds me of red roses a lot.
I think ultimately these all in concert, in tandem, constitute how we perceive the world. So perhaps music, sound can be connected to frequency, which is also connected to matter and form. Colors are, as we might always assume, accidents or qualities that we associate with bodies and matter. They all, contrary to how we might try to categorize them, might exist on a spectrum instead of in different categories. So they naturally intermingle and bleed into each other.
I think the colors hold onto them like a representation of a bunch of emotions that like somehow we represent those emotions with those colors. Like, for example, with red color, we have the true feelings that you cannot find in any other color, in terms of like how basically these are the original emotions that lay behind it, in terms of, for example, anger and revenge, and also like desires and stuff like that. So these are like emotions that, or like these are feelings that are somehow original to the human nature, not like, you know, it's just true to itself, it's just like that, and red color represents that.
Perhaps only once, when I was but a young adolescent, a young tween, you could say, I experienced the kind of sleep paralysis where in my eyes, I couldn't open my eyes. So it was pitch black. It was in the middle of the night. I had convulsions in my body. I couldn't move. The muscles on the back on my back were contracted. But then I started to feel a very palpable fear. But at the same time, there were two huge eyes on the right side of my face. And now I have to repeat that my eyes were closed, so I couldn't see anything. So the fear was very much associated, or at least it came through the color green. So at that moment in time, they were one and the same, fear and green.
If you define the soul as the essence, or like what shapes the human nature, so like basically our soul shapes how our bodies behave, right? So then the colors that are representative of different emotions and different states of mind are also the representation of the soul. Imagine it like the soul changing colors at every state of, like, you know, every state of mood or emotion that you have. So for example, when you're feeling calm, or you're feeling like, you know, chill and stuff like that, then your soul is green, right? But then when you're having this intensive sexual desire or intensive anger, then your soul is definitely red.
I want to talk especially about the color red. Like, I think the soul of the color is very suffering, and it has like evil inside. It's very emotional, and it's very sad.
Since color evokes, above all else, emotions, be it by way of its associations with, I don't know, music or sound or whatever, the soul of color seems to awaken or agitate things in the soul. So I guess we are projecting our own soul towards color. They express us. They help in the way we might express and feel. So naturally, the complexities of the soul, we project them onto the complexities of color.
We witnessed how a color may represent different things for different people. Color has a huge impact on our emotions, our perceptions, and our spiritual and physical well-being. The color red is an intense color that is packed with emotions ranging from passionate, intense love to anger and violence, representing both Cupid and the devil. It is a hot, strong, stimulating color that represents excitement and energy. Also, red can represent romance in a flower shop, while representing violence and unfairness during a football match. We'll look at how different colors around us make us feel, what they evoke, and what they make us think in our future episodes.